Freedom is not a gift from government. Freedom is a gift from God.
Donald Trump is a man of God. When I say a man of God, not that he's a priest, but he's a man who fears God. He's a man who knows that God is existing. He's a man who knows that God is the giver of all things. Now, he said that freedom is not given by government, which means your fellow man cannot give you freedom. And it's only God the Creator has the absolute power or right to give freedom. Now, let us take a look on what Donald Trump said. Freedom came from God. Let us take a look or example from the Bible. Remember in Exodus chapter 3, when God called Moses through the burning fire, burning bush, he told Moses, I have heard the crying of my people in the land of Egypt
and the
oppressor because of the reason of the tax masters. And now I have come down to deliver them, to set them free. In Exodus chapter 3. But one thing, God will not come physically for you to see him with a physical eye. He will come through human being. Use human being as a tool to give you that freedom. As he used Moses as a tool to give that freedom. You can watch what Donald Trump said, that government cannot give you freedom. The freedom of Israel from the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage, to be a nation of their own, is it given by Pharaoh or Egyptians? No. If Pharaoh and his army, Pharaoh and his government resist the freedom of Israel. But through God, outstretched hand of God, by the power he demonstrated in Moses, Israel was set free. That is why whenever anything happened in Israel, that time Moses will go and seek the face of God and say, God, direct me, what will I do? God, direct me, show me what will I do. This is where Donald Trump relied his word.
And that is the secret of freedom. He just gave the almighty formula of freedom.
Freedom. He just gave you the absolute formula of freedom. Hope in God, depend in God, cry on God, and let God lead you. This is why Biafra is getting success now. Because Biafra is God's plan. And the Nigerian government cannot give Biafra freedom. If Nigerian government will give Biafra freedom, Nnamdi Kanu could not have been where he is now. DOS, Uchemefo, Igbo politicians in Nigerian government, Ohaneze ndị Igbo, even traditional rulers in Igbo land, would not have betrayed Nnamdi Kanu, would not have betrayed Biafrans, would not have been seeking the head of Nnamdi Simon Ekpa to cut it off. Nigerian government could not have been pressurizing Finland to forsake Simon Ekpa. They could not have been written letter now to Donald Trump not to recognize Biafra, because government cannot give freedom. Nigerian government cannot give Biafra freedom. This is why Biafrans always say, Chukwu Okike Abiyama. That's why Biafrans always say, Chinke Jacob, Chinke Abraham, Chinke Isaac, Chinke Jacob, Chinke Gad, Chinke Nri, Chukwu Okike Abiyama binigwe, ya prime ihe niile, aka Chukwu dị na ya. According to Adadiorama of Biafra government in exile, he said, aka Chukwu dị na ya. This is what Biafra are able to make achievement. And Donald Trump is telling Biafras indirectly, don't depend that Nigeria will allow you to go free like that. You have to call upon your God, enter fasting and prayer, seek whatever you want to do from God, and God will see you through. Because Donald Trump will not take this current election he won, how they try to assassinate him, how
all the powers and the demons in United States was let loose
against him.
Against him.
But still, God will see him through. This is what is God is a giver of every good things. God is the giver of freedom. The man know what he's saying. I think they say that it's uncontrollable. A man who fears God is a controllable man. A man who fears God can listen to the masses because of the fear of God in him. You understand? So it's time to tell Biafrans to quicken up in spiritual. Moving on physical aspect of it, continue to move in spiritual aspect of it, seeking the face of Biafra, seeking the face of God. And I thank God, we Biafrans, we are God-fearing people. We are people who hope in God. We are Christians. I think 70% or 60% of Biafrans are Christians. Then 25% are Judaism. Then 5% are traditionals. We hope in God. We depend in God. And God is fighting for God battle for us. If had it been it's not the hand of God, Nnamdi Kanu could have been dead now. The DOS could have frustrated someone and take victory. And still continue to remain in bondage in Nigeria. So Donald Trump have given very good counsel to anybody who will rise up tomorrow to say, I am struggling for freedom. Let that struggle be approved by God. Let that struggle of independence, of freedom be approved by God.
Can you confidently say that the Biafran struggle now, led by Mazis Simon Ekpa, is approved by God?
It's approved by God. If not so, Simon Ekpa could have been where Nnamdi Kanu is. If not so, Simon Ekpa could have been discouraged. And without the people like Simon Ekpa and go and the Biafra independent Biafra Republic government in exile, Nnamdi Kanu case could have been ended. They could have killed Nnamdi Kanu because this is the only force physically God used to keep Nnamdi Kanu alive. This is the only force physically God is still using to make Biafra to re-established.
I think the position of the president-elect, Mr. Trump, of course, aligns with the position of the United Nations, that freedom is an inalienable right given by God, a natural entitlement that cannot be denied any people. You see, it's not just about the government, whether they want to let you go, just as you cited the Pharaoh and the Egypt.
Yes.
They would never let anyone seeking for his independence or that of his people to go. So now what is left for Biafra?
What is left for Biafra?
Because there is masters, there are challenges to confront. How prepared is Simon Ekpa? Because he said it's given by God, and men have to march on the wall of Jericho.
You see, the last hurdle is what we are about to jump now. Not only Simon Ekpa, every Biafrans, every true lovers of Biafra, we are in the last hurdle to jump and to take the crown of victory, to take the prize of victory. And that last hurdle is December 2nd, 2014. Less than a month now.
2014?
I mean 2024, sorry. 2024. That's the last hurdle we have now to jump. And I'm praying, as Donald Trump have said, and Detention have said, that it's illegitimate right that nobody can deny. No power can deny us. We should hope in God and pray unto God Almighty, the creator of heaven and earth.
Could it be the beginning of the troubles, you know? What you say that is the end of the trouble, because Simon Ekpa said that is the beginning, of course, of defending the Biafrans' restored sovereignty.
Yes, that's the beginning of defending Biafra.
Which is more trouble for Simon Ekpa and Biafrans?
I'm coming. That's the beginning of the defense of Biafra. And now is the pen to get Biafra. Now is the last hurdle. The pen, what we are expecting December 2nd now, is the last pen and last hurdle to get Biafra. And when you get Biafra, that's the beginning of keeping Biafra. Now, is it what I say so? A pregnant woman that has pregnancy for good 9 months, 2 weeks or 1 week to deliver, you pass through hell, through pains. For that very moment she will deliver, she will be in very agony, almost being in the form of NDE, near death experience. After that is delivered, there will be peace and calm and happiness to that woman that have delivered successfully. But that time was the beginning. Was the beginning
of the gestation period, as people might say.
Or people might say that time you start nursing the baby, keeping the baby, breastfeeding baby. That time baby have nothing to do. They cannot talk than to protest and that protest is crying. Nga, nga, nga. What is this baby crying? They start gazing. What makes the baby to cry? You start thinking, because that baby cannot explain. Until that baby starts sitting down, until that baby starts crying, until that baby started standing up and try to make a move of walking. That baby is intensive care in your hand. You'll be taking day and night. How will you know this baby to survive?
So you are saying that Rome is not built in a day. Why people are expecting that, of course, if Biafra come, it will become an Eldorado just overnight.
No. Someone Ekpa and his government and lazy and have to come back home and work hard. It's the being to defend Biafra. Because when you declare it, Nigerian government will do what? We like to show that we are giant of Africa. You cannot go. There may be rumble.
There may be rumbles, and we are always here to discuss the political rumbles and analyzing.
And that political rumble, if there's a political rumble between Nigeria and between Biafra and Nigeria, it will not be a royal rumble of WWE. It cannot be that one. But it will be a political rumble of I will rumble you, I will scratch your body, blood will come, you scratch my own, blood will come, I will do Biakanono, you don't make enemy.
Please, let us not start this because this is Conwave TV. We are not supporting any Duakanono or rumbles. We don't want to see blood, we want to see dollar and pounds.
I'm telling you, this is life, this is human being. You may deny the truth, but the truth will be there. You may deny the truth. So, and if you come to that way, this is the time another test will come to Simon Ekpa and the Biafran government in Nigeria. Another test will come. And that time, we will know the position of Nnamdi Kanu. Whether government of Nigeria still have power to return Nnamdi Kanu or to play him as they are playing him now. You understand? So as Simon Ekpa said, it will be the beginning of so many things in Biafra, whether good or bad. But all I know, Biafra will succeed.
I'm telling you, the dimension that we are entering from now is that every personnel of the Biafra Defense Force must understand that going forward, we must not have mercy on Nigeria terrorist state, nor on the enemies in our land. No mercy. As we continue to defend our land against terrorist state of Nigeria and their foot soldiers, our happiness must always be at the tip of our sword, at the tip of our mara, at the tip of our guns. That's where our happiness should lie. As we continue to defend our land against Nigeria terrorism, our heart will always know no pity. This message today is directly to any person that is involved in our security in the homeland. There will be no pity against anything Nigeria within Biafra land. Our heart must know no pity. I want you to understand that our cry of war will be given for our country, Biafra, which is now finally cutting the Nigeria and British chain of slavery, decade of slavery. Our defiance will not be passed until the Biafra people and the Biafra nation are free. My fellow Biafrans, when the rest of the indigenous people in Nigeria or other ethnic group, as you may call them, and the land, they continue to hang their head as they bow to the terrorism of the Nigeria state.
So you have seen it, right? You've seen it. So just have that at the back of your mind, that freedom is not given. Instead, freedom is won. So for you to be free, you must be ready to pay for the price. The consequences of freedom, you must be ready to pay for it. All right, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy it. And please, for more videos, subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification button so you get notified anytime I upload a video, right? So thank you and God bless you.
This is a shocking announcement that Donald Trump is going to fully recognize the people of Biafra. This was called the United States of Biafra. And I see Donald Trump begin to recognize Biafra and make it official that these people are up to being a country of their own. And I begin to look at the realms of the spirit. I begin to ask myself questions. What's the meaning of this? And what's going on? It says that the American people did not know what's going on here. Is it what Nigeria has accepted, or what is that? And God said, this is what's called Donald Trump in the realm of the spirit now, right there in America. And the time comes, and the Donald Trump now recognize and also what's called this was called state of Biafra. In the God began to speak to me about Biafra, and I'm worried. I stopped somewhere last month, and I'm going to throw a little light on another one. And I pray that the authority concerned should listen to me. And it's a statement. Dialogue now, so that you should not be knocking the door for dialogue and there's no dialogue. That's what God told me. I keep saying it. I said there is a spirit in this young man. It is bigger than what physical eye can see. I'm not an Igbo man, I'm a Yoruba man, but I'm speaking as a prophet. I said what I see in this young man is bigger than him. You see the man, the small boy that we call him, what is inside him is bigger. It's not just an ideology, it's bigger. I said, I see an animal. Which animal did I told you last time? Huh? I said what? A what? A what? A small puppy. And I see a small puppy going forward. All of a sudden, I saw so many strange wild animals, lion, bear, great animals around the puppy. Then I saw the puppy look back and saw that the animals around him are so many. Suddenly the puppy, what I saw last month is different from what I'm seeing now. The puppy is developing some futures of wild animals. It has this prophetic word is not to the negative. It's very important. Because I see a time. Doors are knocked. Calls are made. People who are heavy are saying we have come down. But these people are not willing to dialogue again. Please, redeeming the time, for the days are evil. Dialogue now. Dialogue now. I repeat it again. I'm not an evil man, but I'm telling you what I'm shown in the spirit. What? I'm seeing great people, important people in this nation coming together and saying, now, okay, we want to sit on the table, let us talk. But the people you want to talk with are saying it's too late. Please, dialogue now. The days ahead are evil. Dialogue now. This is not a cry of a baby. It's a cry of an adult. I repeat it again. Dialogue now. The Bible says, blessed are the peacemaker, for they shall be called the children of God. Please, every authority, there come a time when a revolution is about to take place. The power of God, bombs and bullets cannot hold an ideology. Please, dialogue now. This is not a time of I have bullets, I have gun, I have bomb. This has nothing to do with bullet and bomb. If you know what I'm seeing in the realm of the spirit, everyone in federal authority should take the Biafra agitation serious. If you are once a founding father of this nation, sit down around the table and listen to your children. Dialogue now. to hear the cry of the people. Dialogue now. Because it's going to be the last resultant solution at the end. But when you ask him, when the king comes down from his throne and he's saying, I'm ready to talk, and everybody's throwing stone at you, then you will know that it is important to dialogue with honor and prestige and go out and there is peace in the land.
You've seen it for yourself. Now, like I keep saying, one exception I have about the Nigerian government is the fact that they do not regard people who are agitating. For goodness sake, if Nigeria is practicing democracy like we all claim we're practicing, if a group of people come out and say that we're not satisfied with the way we're being treated, we're not satisfied with the way we are being marginalized, rather than trying your best to shut them up, what I expected was for the Nigerian government to look into these issues critically and say, all right, can we have a seat? Can we discuss as people who are citizens? What are your issues? Look on how these issues can be resolved, rather than using intimidation, using delay tactics, using strategies, using different means to diversify the people. But there's something I always keep saying to people, that the fact that you delay the process of this Biafra agitation does not mean that it's going to be coming to an end. Yes, the Nigerian government was believing that detaining Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was going to be bringing a stop to the violence in the southeastern part of Nigeria. But as the violence stopped today, we all know of the sit at home, the continuous issues of violence that have been happening in the southeastern part of Nigeria. Why? Because it is an agitation and it is a movement. It is a struggle in the heart of people. And if the Nigerian government does not look critically on how to solve it, just like you heard from that video, unfortunately, this may degenerate into something they really may not be able to control with time. We heard of the issues of Susie Wiles, who is the chief of staff to Donald Trump, that was just appointed about a week ago. And perhaps this is what a lot of people have believed has an undertone to the 2nd December issue that Simon Ekpa said he was going to be declaring the Biafra agitations. Please, we'd love you to do what to drop your own thoughts in the comment section. Let's get to know what you think about the words of this man regarding Biafra agitations, and we shall continually be here to serve you. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We truly don't take it lightly. My name again is Moses, and this is Think Tank.